What's going on? It's Fight Season MMA, and today I want to talk about a topic that a lot of people are probably going to disagree with, but I think is truly a possibility of happening, and that is why Alex Pereira has a greater possibility of beating Jon Jones than a lot of people think. First off, if you guys enjoy the content, please subscribe and leave a comment down below. I love to respond to comments, even if the take is good, bad, and hear what you guys have to say. But the biggest way to show support is subscribing, and I would really appreciate it if you guys would do so. Let's get right into the video. Okay, so on the surface, a fight with Jon Jones and Alex Pereira is a very one-sided affair when you only look at the wrestling credentials of Jon Jones and the wrestling credentials of Alex Pereira. We all know that Jon Jones is probably going to go in there and take down Alex Pereira and finish the fight immediately, but is it really that simple? And the easy answer is no, because of Alex Pereira's ability to counter the takedown. And you might be thinking that Alex Pereira's really doesn't get taken, or he gets taken down a lot. You look at the Yuri Prochazka fight, the Jan Blachowicz fight, but to see how much growth Alex Pereira has had in the last year is absolutely incredible. This fight with Yuri Prochazka, Yuri was aiming for takedowns against Alex Pereira, but Alex Pereira was countering it with something that the UFC really hasn't seen, and that is a body jab, and that is something that really will be able to keep Jon Jones off of him in that standpoint. So I think the body jab is going to be something that Alex Pereira is going to use incredibly effectively. Another thing that I like about Alex Pereira's ground game is that he doesn't take really any risks on the ground. And this is something I've highlighted a couple times prior, where if Alex Pereira gets taken down, his first thing that he thinks about is fighter safety on the ground. I'm not talking about fighter safety like breaking limbs, but him not getting submitted on the ground. He's always super careful with everything that he does on the ground because he doesn't want to end up losing or costing himself on the fight in an area that he's not as experienced in. But Alex Pereira actually does a pretty good job of getting back to the feet after he gets taken down to the ground. You look at the Jan Blachowicz fight, you look at the Yuri Prochazka fight. In both of those fights, he was able to get up from getting taken down, and I think that's something that is going to possibly help him against Jon Jones, even though Jon Jones is going to be a bigger opponent, a stronger opponent than both Yuri Prochazka and Jon Jones, and he's going to be more technical than both of those people on the ground. But the biggest thing that I have that Alex Pereira is going to be able to use is a flying knee. And you look at that knockout against Nikolaitis in his first UFC fight, where Nikolaitis went with the takedown and he timed a flying knee perfectly. And I think that this is something that Jon Jones is really going to have to watch for, because Alex Pereira is a massive dude. We all know that he probably weighs around 235, stepping in the light heavyweight division, and that is something that is absolutely going to aid Alex Pereira in the fight with Jon Jones. It's not like he's a natural 205er. It's like more or less like Johnny Walker, who is just moving up to heavyweight. We've got that news, but he probably steps in the heavyweight octagon or heavyweight fight at upwards of 240, 245 pounds. Alex Pereira's body weight is going to be a really big aid in this fight, even though Jon Jones is going to have a bigger frame than someone like that, but it's going to be comparable to someone like Cyril Gane, because I don't think Cyril Gane is that physically strong, whereas Alex Pereira is strong. But what Jon Jones is going to have to watch out, and this is the only way a lot of people think Alex Pereira is going to win, and that is on the feet. But I think Jon Jones has the IQ to understand and recognize that if he stands and trades with Alex Pereira, he's going to get absolutely knocked out. But going to the Jon Jones side, I still think that this fight is in favor of Jon Jones. I just don't think it's as big as what people are saying, and that's what I was trying to point out. You look at Jon Jones' IQ, you look at his takedown, and you look at his submission threat, I all think are going to be incredibly dangerous for Alex Pereira to deal with. And I think that these are the reasons that Jon Jones is going to be able to finish Alex Pereira inside of 3 rounds. But we look at this knockout, you look at Magomed Ankalaev's new delusion that he's found that says he's going to knock out Alex Pereira on the feet in 3 rounds, and he says he's never going to take him down. Magomed Ankalaev is going to get hit with one leg kick and automatically go back on that strategy and take Alex Pereira down, because Alex Pereira is the most deadly kickboxer the UFC has ever seen. And that is something that no one wants to stand and trade with. Look at Jamal Hill. Look at Yuri Prochazka. Jamal Hill's absolutely stupid mindset of going in there and saying that he was not going to take Alex Pereira down. And I understand there was a controversy about the below the belt shot and Alex Pereira hitting that left hook and stepping on Jamal Hill's foot, but you just cannot stand and trade with this man. He is so powerful. You look at the Jan Blachowicz fight, where Jan Blachowicz went in an interview with Michael Bisping and he said that he was going to stand and bang with Alex Pereira. And what it was, the first thing Jan Blachowicz did in that fight, went to take Alex Pereira down, because he understood the threat on the feet. Because you look in that fight in the second round and third round, he was getting absolutely pieced up on the feet by Alex Pereira. But like I said, Jon Jones is going to have the IQ advantage, at least on the ground, not in the stand-up. No one's better than Alex Pereira in the stand-up. You look at that, you look at the Yuri Prochazka knockout, where he identified the knockout before even stepping into the octagon with watching a pre-fight breakdown of Yuri Prochazka hitting pads. But what I want to say is just Alex Pereira is so good on the feet that John Jones' only way to win is taking him down and submitting him, or just getting a 5-round decision win, which he definitely can do off control time. But the longer you stay in the octagon with Alex Pereira, the harder it's going to be, because he's going to be able to time you. He's going to be able to find openings. And I think for John Jones to win easily, I think he has to get a first round or second round submission, which he is more than capable of doing. But ultimately, I still have John Jones winning this fight. I think it's probably about 65% John Jones, 35% Alex Pereira, but it surprises me how many people are counting Alex Pereira out. He's like a plus 800 dog to win against John Jones, which is absolutely crazy to me, considering that Alex Pereira has one punch knockout power, and it is something absolutely insane for him to be able to do and to be able to knock someone out with that ability. But John Jones is going to have the IQ advantage, and he is going to recognize and understand what he has to do to win that fight. And I ultimately still think John Jones gets the victory, but it's not as clear-cut as a lot of people think. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of a possible Alex Pereira versus John Jones fight breakdown. Please let me know what you think about this fight and it happening. And do you think this take is absolutely crazy, that Alex Pereira is going to have a better chance of beating John Jones than a lot of people think? Please leave a comment down below expressing your opinions. Is this take wrong? Is this take good? I want to respond to as many comments as possible. And please, if you guys enjoy the content, please subscribe and leave a like. That is the best way to support this channel. And I will see you guys very soon with more UFC content and news.